I asked the doctor, what am I doing here? And they said, we've done all we can for you. We're just trying to make you comfortable.
And I feel like in today's society, it's all about like, get my system, do my protocol. I'll never forget the meditation.
And they're like, yep, go take care of your ovaries. So I get in the car, I'm mad. So I never took anything. The doctor said, probably gonna die. And he laughed.
Remember when we were at the dinner? What's the name of that dinner? The soul dinner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when we were at that dinner and Robin was like, you need to go meet Barbara.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What was one of the words that you said when, what you're known for?
Oh, wow.
You
You want me to remember that?
Yeah.
Being a mom was one.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. And now that I get to know you better, I see how awesome and what a big part of your life that is.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really cool.
Yeah. I think it's a big part of me, that mama energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. People feel it when they come in. They talk about it.
Oh,
So
that's so awesome. And every time I've sent a client your way, they've talked about how comfortable they feel with you.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
They really have.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's really special.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And then I remember that Paula was sitting with us and we made the date to come all hang out.
Yep.
And we all came and hung out here, you, me, and Paula.
Yep.
And we just started riffing with each other.
Getting all excited about the frequencies.
Oh my God. We love frequencies, right?
Yes.
Whether the frequencies come from herbs, rife machines, or FSM machines. We were just like, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Oh my God. And then Barbara was like, no, Paula was like, you guys need to have a podcast.
And so it happened.
And so here we are.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I decided to call the podcast The Power of Pivoting, the POP. Because there's a moment where something clicks when we're working with our health. And what I heard from you was exactly what I had been looking for.
Okay.
Which was that your body has this intelligence in it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And that you help discover and unravel that intelligence. And you connect with that intelligence.
Yeah.
So that you know how to treat people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so
totally.
The name of the podcast is The POP.
Okay.
But it's really about aligning with your body's own intelligence. Because I remember that there was a time in my life when I was like, it's got to be gluten. Everybody's got to be gluten-free.
Oh my God, I did the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, right?
Yes.
And then your machines were like, what if you need gluten?
Right.
Do you remember what client that was with or who that was with? Or was it with you? Or
it wasn't with me. But it was definitely with a client early on, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I remember just assuming that her issues were the gluten. And I started to do the causes and it didn't come up. And then I thought, well, it's just not the priority. So then I checked and gluten was actually, so wheat, whole wheat was actually beneficial for her body.
Isn't that mind-blowing?
Mind-blowing. And then it was like, oh, I mean, I've had so many like dogmatic beliefs over the years that just get dashed when you just start doing that and you tap someone's wisdom.
Yeah.
Milk was a huge one.
Oh my God.
I was super anti-milk. Yeah. And I totally was in that whole mind frame of like, once a human weans, they shouldn't drink milk and no other creature drinks milk. Except I lived on a farm and there was a snake down there in the south and it's called the milk snake.
Oh.
And when you go to milk a cow,
you
have to make sure there's no bite marks from the snake. That snake gets up. It's called a teat. That thing that hangs down, gets up on the teat and drinks the milk.
Get out of town. I didn't know.
Yeah, and it can leave bite marks on the cow and they can
get
infections, right? So I'm like, oh yeah, wait, even snakes drink milk. Because I was testing somebody.
Yeah.
They had come in, they wanted to lose weight, kind of fix their metabolism. And I did, should we take out any foods? Should we add in any foods? And I had such a belief about milk, I couldn't get to the food to add in. I asked everything. And finally, she had brought somebody with her and they said, what about milk? And in my head, I'm thinking like, yeah, no way. Yeah. I was like, milk? Yep. 8 ounces a day.
What?
I was like, oh, and it's just, it has slapped me in the face over the years so many times. Like, you just have to come to this totally open.
Oh, isn't that
totally
amazing?
Open?
It is so beautiful to finally find something that you can like literally listen to each person's individual biology.
Yes.
Right? No two people are created the same.
Nope.
And if we try to push onto them a dogma, a practice, a supplement that isn't for them, talk about tailor-made. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
right? And that's why I think it's so important to bring this information out into the world and to bring this practice out into the world, because I feel like we're fine-tuning a radio here between the both of us, right?
Yes.
You can tell me exactly what the person needs outside of any belief system that anybody has. And then I can fine tune the frequencies, whether they're rife, whether they're FSM, to help them strengthen their biology in like the best way that they need. I feel like in today's society, it's all about like, get my system, do my protocol.
Oh my word, yeah.
Right?
And you know, where do these protocols come from? Sometimes, not always, they come from supplement companies.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's like just pulling back from that a little bit and say, what does your body really need?
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And how much of it can you get from food and fresh air and sleep and sitting at the ocean or a lake? Or there's so many things the body needs that goes beyond supplements.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But we do need these things.
We do.
An analogy that I really loved starting to use with my clients when they come in is the analogy of car maintenance. All right? Because can you imagine driving your car around and never getting an oil change? That's not going to be good for the car.
Right.
At all.
Right.
But you don't drive up into the mechanic like, oh my God, I failed. I need an oil change.
Yeah, right.
Like, that's not failing. That's maintenance. I go in to get my oil change. Like, yeah, it's time. I know that when I get my oil change, my car, I can feel it. I can feel the way my car drives better. Right.
Yeah, right.
And so I really wanted to also create this podcast to help people understand that their bodies need maintenance, just like a car. You got to rotate the tires. You got to change the oil. You got to take care of the transmission fluid. And to do that for ourselves in a way that's like tailor-made. Yeah. In a way that's frequency-based. Yes. Right? And so I'm so excited to be able to create this with you. Yes. And to talk about where we came from.
So awesome.
Can we just talk about where we came from for a hot minute?
Yeah, for
sure.
It's
kind of fun.
For sure.
I know.
All right, you start with your story.
All right. So I actually started out as a makeup artist. And
so cool.
I'm going to tell you, I used to be ashamed to say that. Yeah.
No way.
I know.
Oh.
Because I was like, how dare I come from the beauty industry and crash into the wellness industry? Like, what kind of knowledge do I have? Like, how, like, you know, where do I come from? Like, I didn't like go to med school. I didn't like, you know, but I did go to massage therapy school. I did get my license in that. And then I did start studying anatomy that way. And anatomy has become my first passion in life. And I realized that I don't have to come from a history of it, that I did have a health and wellness practice while I was a makeup artist. And
there you go.
It was my health and wellness that brought me to this anyway. I had that thyroid condition called Hashimoto's. And I tried traditional medicine because I was actually married to someone who was really into all of the traditional. He worked in oncology and all these things. And nothing was working. I was taking thyroid medicine and it was actually making me wacky. It was making me really hyper or giving me heart palpitations or really tired. Oh, no. I know. And I was like almost 200 pounds. And nothing was working. And the doctors were only telling me that now I have they were telling me I had lupus as well. I know. Isn't that crazy?
Okay.
Yeah. And then I was like, there's got to be another way. I don't want to be sick for the rest of my life. I can't be 30 and like feel like this. Right. So I started researching how to eat for your thyroid.
Oh, interesting.
And I joined the non-gluten way of being for a little while.
Yes. Yes. That always comes with the thyroid. Doesn't
it?
Yes, it does.
I know. And sometimes it's valid.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. And so then I started researching meditation. I got divorced. I went through a really hard time. I was sick. I was still tired, right? Because all of that happened during that time.
Yeah.
And it was during meditation that I healed my thyroid. I'll never forget the meditation. It was in 2019. And I was at a Dr. Joe Dispenza retreat, which I still go to to this day. I still go to his retreats. I still practice that meditation every day.
Wow.
And in that meditation, I literally saw my history as a child, all the way up until that moment.
Oh.
And I saw where my mother had made food the enemy throughout my lifetime and her lifetime. Well, throughout her lifetime, and how then I made subconsciously food my enemy without even knowing it. And that's what was affecting my body, right? This like belief that whatever I ate was going to be bad for me, and that I was destined to be like fighting with food for the rest of my life. And it was like this imprint that had happened. I don't blame my mom. I'm not mad at my mom about it, but it was like, wow, this is wow moment, right?
Yeah.
Those beliefs are a frequency. They're emitting a frequency.
Yeah.
And that's when I started getting really interested in frequency other than our thoughts.
Ah, okay.
Frequency medicine, if you'd call it.
Mm-hmm.
And so now here I am with a perfectly functioning thyroid.
That's amazing.
I know.
That's an amazing story.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But I want to hear about how you came to this, because we have a lot of similarities.
We do.
And I want to like share.
I was also in the beauty industry.
Oh my God.
Yes. So I was
it.
a hairstylist from when I was very young. That was my career. Then I was a stay-at-home mom for a while, because I did the whole career thing, owned a salon, me and my sister. Then had a baby, stay-at-home mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started to have some digestive issues, went in, they found an issue, they went to go fix it, and they tore my bile duct.
Oh my God. Wait, so they went in like with an operation?
With an endoscopy. So it was an endoscopy, and they went in and they tried to take care of the issue. They didn't know that happened at first. So by the time they figured it out, hours had gone by, and bile had leaked all through my abdomen and caused major issue. Everything got all burnt, and I ended up with a lot of infections. Fast forward 3 months of in and out of the hospital.
With a new baby.
Yeah. He was, I think, 1.5 years at the time. And they basically, I was in the hospital one night and I was just so frustrated. And I asked the doctor, what am I doing here? And they said, we've done all we can for you. We're just trying to make you comfortable.
Oh, that's not encouraging.
And I found out later they told my husband to get my affairs in order.
Oh my God. What?
So I got home and I was like, this same story as you, like, this can't be it. This can't be it.
Yeah.
Same thing. I was like 39 maybe or so. Like,
yeah, same age. Yeah.
So I had a cane. I had tubes coming out of me all over the place. And I hobbled into a local natural store. And I just asked the guy, I was like, this is my story. And the doctor said, probably going to die. And he laughed. He said,
did you walk into Johnson's?
Yes, it was Johnson's Drug.
Dr. Gary.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I worked at his pharmacy when I was a teenager.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. In Brighton, when he was in Brighton.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. I was at the cash register as a teenager.
We're obviously learning more and more about each other as we do this. That is so cool. Another cool connection.
I know.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So tell me.
Wow. Well, he saved my life.
Oh my God. He saved so many people's lives.
Right.
We're going to have him on the show.
We're going to have him on the show.
Yeah.
So I told him my story and he laughed. He's like, oh, you're not going to die. You need probiotics. And my mother was very much, I grew up very much with a mother into vitamins. Vitamins were her big thing.
No kidding.
Yes.
She was ahead of her time.
Oh, we could get into that story one day about my mother and how ahead of her time she was. Yeah. Yes. Nursing babies at a time when that was not done.
Get out of town.
Oh, yes.
Love
she
her
was definitely
already.
The pioneer.
Yeah.
So when he said that, I'm thinking to myself, probiotics? Like, really? So I bought this super expensive bottle and I went home and I got better by the day.
Get out of
by the day. So that happens.
Yeah.
And then fast forward about a month or so, and I find out one of my family members is using the machine I use.
The Rife.
Nope, the energetic testing machine that I use.
Oh, okay.
So they were using it and they were giving herbs and they were making people, okay, I'm going to go see them and fix my gut.
Yeah.
I'm going to get better.
Yeah.
Because even though I was not dying anymore, I was not well.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I go to them and they do the machine and they said, well, we're picking up your ovary. So they give me all these herbs and whatnot. And they're like, yep, go take care of your ovaries. So I get in the car, I'm mad.
Yeah.
I went to them for my digestion.
Oh.
And they sent me out with stuff for my ovaries. That's ridiculous.
Right.
So I never took anything.
Get out of town.
Because I was so mad.
Ah!
2 months later,
Yeah.
my ovary, I had an ovarian cyst that burst.
Oh, that's so painful.
Yep. So I thought it was this, because I
Right.
fall and, and I get back in. So they were right. And so I started taking the herbs. I got much better. And hence, this is how I got into it.
What a cool
Yeah. And then when I
story.
took the herbs, so let's, talk about some of the frequencies.
Yeah.
And I've witnessed this so many times over the years doing this.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't know what the science is to this. There is information in those herbs.
Ooh, that gave me chills.
Yep. When somebody takes them that either hasn't taken them before, it's just not on their radar, something happens, and something happened when I started taking those herbs. And not that I had never taken herbs before, my mother was into it, but there was something that happened when my body pivoted.
That was the moment of the pop.
That was the moment of the pop. It was like I took those herbs and it was like information woke up inside me. And I was like, what is this?
Wow.
And then I just went down a rabbit hole into herbalism.
Yeah.
And then I just got better and better. And then hence it actually evolved by itself into me doing this. I didn't even necessarily choose it.
Right.
My cousins taught me muscle testing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just started muscle testing some family members, and they told a couple of friends. Next thing you know, I'm muscle testing all these people in my kitchen.
Oh my God.
Setting up herbal programs for them.
Yeah.
They're loving it, and it just kind of built on itself.
Yeah.
And just an interesting thing how sometimes illness and that pivot is our way into really what our passion is.
Yes. What we're called to be doing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it's literally the title also, Beyond the Pivot. It's when you aligned with your body's own intelligence.
Yes.
When you finally listened to its own intelligence.
Yes.
That's when the pop goes off, right? When we're like, oh yeah, right here.
Yes.
Right.
And it's like the cells almost unfold naturally how they're supposed to function.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing to witness.
Yeah,
right?
It's humbling to witness.
It is humbling to witness for sure.
Oh my gosh.
For sure.
Right? And your body was whispering to you.
That whole time.
It
for
was like,
years.
Yeah.
I had so many things over the years.
Right? And it was like, hey, knock, knock, knock. I need an oil change.
Oh,
knock,
man.
Knock, knock. And you're like,
yes.
Nah.
It's so true.
Right? I'm going to keep driving the car.
Oh,
right?
Yes.
And then it was like, all right, I'm going to raise my voice a little bit and let you know.
Yeah.
And it was like, nah. So it's like when the body finally screams, when the cyst bursts, and we're like, oh no.
Right.
I should have been listening all along.
Exactly.
And then when you finally do pivot and listen, magic happens.
Magic happens.
Oh my gosh.
It opens up a whole new world.
Yeah.
For almost every healer I know, they have basically the same story.
I agree. 100%.
Yes.
Agree. And I also call it the domino effect.
Yes.
I've been talking with people, my clients, about going to see you so that we can create. That's the domino effect I want to create.
Yes, totally.
Right? There's just like one little domino that you knock over, and the cells open up, everything opens up. But you said something really cool. You said when you combine herbs with the frequency.
Oh, yes. Magical.
Yeah.
Magical.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So I use Rife, which is similar to what you use, the frequency machines that you use.
So it's all frequency.
It's frequency.
Whether it's light,
frequency,
sound, or electricity. It's all frequency. Yeah.
And that is how the body runs. That is the science.
It is.
There's the atom and the nucleus.
Yes.
And all the space in between that there's nothing there is what's actually running everything.
And that's the little Morse code. That's where the cells receive the Morse code from the frequencies.
I love when you say that.
Isn't it so much fun?
Yes.
I know. The cell is out here going, hanging out. And then the machines go, and the cells are like, vibrating. I get it.
Yes.
So if the cells are vibrating and they're getting this Morse code from rife or FSM or anything, any frequency, and then you add in the herbs.
Because then the herbs support the system.
Yeah.
Right? So it's the equivalent of bad food or good food, right? If you're hydrated or not hydrated. But when you use medicinal herbs, they have what are called affinities. So, you'll take this plant and it might want to support your lungs, or take this herb, it might want to support your kidneys, right? So somebody's feeling symptoms or they're feeling out of balance. And then the frequency sends the message to the cell like, hey, this is how you're supposed to function. Right. And then you give it the nutrition that it needs. It just magic happens. I mean, we've seen it so many times.
So I've seen it.
Oh, my word.
With me, I'm taking the supplements I've been taking for myself.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
And they work on their own? They do work on their own.
Yeah.
It just, in my experience, it takes longer.
It does.
You can just do herbs. And you can just do frequencies.
Yeah.
But when you do them together,
right,
be ready for the change. That's what I would have to say right
Actually,
there.
You're right. Be ready.
Because some of the
bigger,
some of the frequency that disrupts the cell is emotions. Right?
It's so true. Yeah.
And so as the frequencies go in and they start to realign the cell, you actually will start to change. You'll feel happier. And so you will feel these shifts.
Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes the emotions that come up aren't happy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's when you have to be ready to handle and I always say flow into those emotions, right? When people are working with me on the table, I can feel when something's bubbling up to let go. And they're and I'm like, no, don't do that. Please, let it out, right?
Yeah.
And I create a space for them to let it out so that sometimes deeper, sadder, heavier emotions can feel overwhelming.
Yes.
And so it's nice to have someone there to process those with you.
Oh,
as well,
yeah.
Right?
Because the story we tell ourselves is how uncomfortable those feelings are. Or where they came from, the memory attached to those feelings can be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So
but it's more uncomfortable to hold them.
And it takes a lot of energy.
Oh my God.
Right.
It's exhausting.
That's what people don't realize is when you're holding that energy in a cell or in tissue, it actually uses a certain amount of electricity. You can think of your body as a battery.
Absolutely.
And what the body will do is it will shift as it needs.
Yeah.
Where that energy will draw from.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I thought about it the other day because I've been shifting my metabolism.
Oh, yeah,
and I can just feel the shift from when it's working hard to when it's resting.
Ooh.
And it's kind of like an electric car.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right. When it's at a red light, it's like using the soft, gentle electricity.
Yeah.
Whereas when it's time to go, it might hit the gas pedal. And those are those emotions that we're talking about. Happy, joy, bliss is kind of like light, floaty, but sadness and grief are heavy and they need a little more oomph.
They do.
The more we process them, the more we let them go and can go back into coasting. So yeah, and that's when the nervous.
That's why working with you is so beautiful.
Oh,
I love coming. I mean, just the atmosphere and the frequencies that you run.
Yeah.
It's like you instantly go into that calm state.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
And that's the healing state.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I guess the name of the game is there is no one answer.
Yeah, no.
And working together has been like herbs and frequencies.
Yes. Yes.
Layering it on.
Yeah.
Right? Like when we get chilly, we got to do layers.
Yeah.
And the layers work better together. And I am so excited to be partnering with you, to be sharing your magic. We'll talk more about your system in your episode that will be next.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about my system and we can talk about how they meld together more.
Oh, yeah.
And what is it that we actually do and how does it work and go into the nitty gritties.
Yeah.
And so I hope everybody's super curious.
Yeah.
And wants to learn more.
Yeah. So we welcome you to the next episode.